Kansas City is known for many things: its fountains, its laid-back attitude, barbecue, the Royals, the Chiefs, but one of its most notable aspects is the Country Club Plaza. The Country Club Plaza is a privately owned shopping center that attracts people from near and far. Its distinct features make it stand out among other places in the Kansas City area. But almost 40 years ago, tragedy struck in the form of a flash flood, and many of the buildings on and near the plaza were destroyed. During the night of September 12th through the 13th, 1977, the Kansas City area experienced what the National Weather Center stated as the worst flash flood in Kansas City history. Overnight, the flash flood brought 16 inches of rain, which caused Brush Creek watershed, running from Johnson County, Kansas to Jackson County, Missouri, to flood heavily. Another creek to the west, Turkey Creek, also flooded. This flash flood caused these creeks to overflow and rush the plaza and surrounding areas with water. In total, 25 people were killed, and it cost over $100 million in property damage. Let's take a look at the effect of the flood through the eyes of a Kansan.
My name is Eloise Holt, and I am Michaela Holt's grandmother. And, well, the weather that week, as I recall, had been raining off and on all week long. Sometimes heavy rain, sometimes light rain, not much sunshine in between. And of course, the more it rained, the more Brush Creek flooded its banks, and it was down on the Country Club Plaza, and people were concerned about flooding some of the restaurants and other places that were down on the Country Club Plaza. The flood did, well, it was flooding, but it really over flooded the river, and it was not, it was pouring down rain. And I remember there was a couple going home, and they had the area that they lived in, they had to cross a bridge, and they were swept away because not only the rain, but there were currents from the water. And the restaurants and other areas down on the plaza had, tried to prevent the flooding of their buildings, and it was just so bad that there were a lot of restaurant stores that were flooded and were closed for several months afterwards. And I was concerned about one of my children, my son, who was probably 14 or 15. And my biggest fear was that he was getting swept away in the flood because he left home. He was angry and upset, and I did not know where he was. And so that was my biggest concern when I heard about all of the other people that were getting flooded out down on the plaza. And I thought, is he in with that group? Not. They said, please stay away. There were a lot of people that, wanted to get down and see what was going on, but there was just no way that I was going to go down there and see, and maybe get caught, because there was still high water and dangerous for people to be down there. Oh, the news coverage was, of course, there again, with no cell phones. It was everything on TV or in the newspaper or on the radio, and showing pictures on TV of the cars being, swept away. I mean, the full car was swept away. It could have been parked on the street, and it ended up swept away from the flooding and the high water. And a lot of things were swept away. If you saw the Brush Creek today, you would never believe that such a horrible flood could have happened. I think the fact that everybody kind of got together to help the people that were hurt, help get the plaza back to the way it was before the flooding, and to realize that even strangers will reach out and help, you know, in a disaster. We're proud to live in Kansas or Missouri because we are such a helping hand communities.